First, the top headlines. Outlawed organizations Khartoum and Saripap boycott India's Independence Day falls on 15 August, calls general strike on this day. Insurgents captures juvenile held in Manipur, arms ammunition seized in security operations. Over 650 militants arrested, 3,134 weapons recovered under President's rule in Manipur. Rajya Sabha returns Manipur budget, JSTP. Farhan Akhtar's bag Manipuri film Bong shines at Melbourne Festival. And minor Assam girl rape and murder at Diprugarh Tea Garden. Hello, good evening and welcome to ELITETV English News at 6 prime time. This is Somirin Kasar bringing you to top news. Now the news in details. The Coordination Committee Khartoum, a conglomerate of armed organizations, declared boycott of celebrations of India's Independence Day in Manipur and imposed total shutdown on August 15 as part of the boycott. The shutdown will be effective from 1 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. on August 15, but will be exempted for essential services, medical, electricity, water supply, fire services, press and religious ceremonies, a Khartoum statement issued by Publicity Committee informed. According to the statement, even though Manipur became a part of the British protectorate after the defeat of the Anglo-Manipuri Kangleipak War in 1891, all the erstwhile princely states under British India, including Manipur, regained their sovereign status as per Section 71B of the Indian Independence Act 2A, 1947, passed by the British Parliament. Accordingly, Manipur Kangleipak became a sovereign independent state on August 14, 1947. The Khartoum further stated that the Indian Independence Act 1947 paved the way for the India and Pakistan to remain as independent nations, while Manipur had the opportunity to establish a democratic government by replacing monarchy. The statement further maintained that the ongoing crisis in Manipur is a proxy war waged by India to completely uproot Manipur so that the society could never rise up again, and this is being well known by all the sections of people in Manipur. For the success of their policies and programs, India not only waged proxy wars but is also patronizing the proxy government in Manipur, Kangleipak. There will be no end to strategies for colonial owners and colonial forces to complete recolonization process as kleptocrats in consultation with their Delhi rulers are rising numerous mafia gangs, while those who understand the game being played clearly are being threatened and their voices being muzzled, the Khartoum said. Two underground groups in Manipur have called for a 12-hour statewide ban on August 15, 2025 to boycott India's Independence Day celebrations, according to separate press statements released on Monday. The Socialist Revolutionary Party, SOREPA, and the National Revolutionary Front of Manipur and RFM announced that while the ban will impact most services, emergency services including media, medical, water supplies, fire services, regional ceremonies, and electricity will remain exempted. SOREPA, also known as the Socialist Revolutionary Party of Kanglipa, called for a complete shutdown from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Independence Day, urging the public to stay indoors. In its statement, SOREPA Publicity and Organization Secretary MC Yaifabi reiterated that outfits support for similar actions in the Western Southeast Asia, Asia and Kashmir's region, calling for solidarity with groups opposing India's rule. Similarly, the National Revolutionary Front of Manipur and RFM announced an 11-hour general strike on the same day from 5 a.m. to 4 p.m. to protest the commemorations of India's Independence Day. Both groups are protesting the merger of Manipur with India in 1949, calling it an illegal annexation. On the other hand, the United Liberation Front of Assam Independent ULFAI and the National Socialist Council of Nagaland NSC and GBRN Young Ang faction have issued a joint statement urging people across the Northeast to boycott India's independence celebrations on August 15. The appeal targets the region they refer to as Asia, encompassing parts of Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur and Nagaland. In a statement released, the two insurgent outfits dismissed Independence Day as a so-called celebration of freedom that they claim holds no relevance for the people of the region. They argue that freedom cannot exist on the oppressed land, accusing Indian forces of imposing state control through decades of violence and repression. The groups condemned the Indian state for what they described as relentless military operations and claimed that the security forces continue to act with impunity, inflicting hardships on indigenous communities. They framed their armed struggle as legitimate self-defense, rejecting the Indian government's branding of their actions as terrorism. Reaffirming their commitment to their cause, both ULFAI and NSCNYA declared that they will never abandon their fight for independence. They call on the people of Asia to stay indoors on August 15 as a symbolic act of resistance, describing the proposed shutdown as a powerful testament to the region's collective resilience. As India unfurls its colonial flag, let us unfurl the truth by exposing India's war crimes in our region, the joint statement concluded. This call for a boycott reflects for long-standing tensions between separatist groups and Indian states in part of the Northeast, while issues of identity, autonomy, and historical grievances continue to fuel political unrest. Security forces in Manipur have intensified their crackdown on insurgent groups and illegal activities, arresting multiple active cadres of banned outfits and seizing arms, ammunition, and contraband over the past 2 days. On August 10, 2025, an active cadre of the KCP City Meitei identified as Thongom Prakash Meitei, age 25, of Langjing Awang Lekai in Phal West District, was arrested from the Hepongpokpi area under Lamshang Police Station. On the same day, security forces apprehended the KCP PWG member Hodom Bikram Singh, alias Punsiba, alias Tomtin, age 37, of Wangjing Awang Lekai from Kabishoi, Ishiro under Hengang Police Station in Phal East District. An Aadhaar card was recovered from his possession. Another KCP City Meitei cadre, Madhura Bashimayum Arnold Sharma, age 21, was arrested from his residence at Sagolpan Dera Moirang Hanubal Leira under Lamphel Police Station in Phal West District. A day earlier, on August 9, 2025, a UNLFP member Thodam Popi Singh alias Maikangakpa, aged 50 of Tobul Mayai Laikai Bishnupur district, was arrested from his locality. His disclosure has led to the recovery of .303 rifle with magazine, 5 magazines of different rifles, a number 36 hand grenade, 501 rounds of live ammunition of various calibers, 2 .303 ammunition charges, a Blackon case, and a mobile phone with a SIM card. On the same day, Manipur police apprehended a juvenile from Kokta Kutabi area in Bishnupur district and seized 8 soap cases containing contraband brown sugar weighing around 100 grams. Security forces continue to carry out search operations and maintain area dominations in fringe and vulnerable areas across districts. A total of 111 checkpoints was set up in different hills and valley districts, leading to the detention of 12 individuals by the police. Association of Contractual Staff 2026 Batch ICDS Mission Social Welfare Department Manipur under the ICDS of the department today staged a sit-in demonstration demanding issuance of 14-month banting salary. The sit-in protest was held at the front gate of premises of the Department of North AOC. The protesters displayed the placards with the slogans, "Give us our performance based on honorarium. No more promises, we want the result, and stop mental harassment." Speaking to media persons, General Secretary of the Association, Maibam Rapinchandra, said the interview results for the Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana PMMVY and Poshan Abhiyan were not declared till today, though the interview was done in 2022. Moreover, the salary for the contractual staff has not been released since the last 14 months. He drew the attention of the authority concerned to look into the matter and do the needful at the earliest. If their demands were not made at the earliest, many forms of agitations will be launched, he added.
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯖꯔꯤꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯐꯤꯕꯝ ꯊꯣꯛꯄ ꯆꯍꯤ ꯑꯃꯒ ꯊꯥ ꯑꯅꯤꯒꯤ ꯄꯤꯕꯤꯑꯦꯁꯇꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯄꯤꯊꯣꯛꯄꯤꯌꯨ ꯄꯤꯊꯣꯛꯇꯕ ꯇꯥꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯒꯣꯔꯃꯦꯟꯒꯤ ꯁꯥꯏꯠꯇ ꯑꯀꯟꯕ ꯈꯣꯡꯖꯪ ꯀꯌꯥ ꯑꯃ ꯆꯪꯖꯔꯛꯀꯅꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏꯖꯗꯦ ꯀꯩꯒꯤꯅꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯇꯥꯔꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯆꯍꯤ ꯑꯃꯒ ꯊꯥ ꯑꯅꯤ ꯇꯧꯖꯔꯝꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯋꯥꯅ ꯇꯧꯖꯔꯝꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯁꯦꯂꯔꯤꯗꯣ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯐꯥꯎꯕꯗ ꯄꯤꯊꯣꯛꯇꯅꯀꯣ ꯊꯝꯕꯤꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯦ ꯃꯤꯑꯣꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯔꯥꯏꯠ ꯑꯃ ꯄꯤꯕꯅꯤ ꯃꯗꯨꯅ ꯏꯃꯨꯡ ꯃꯅꯨꯡ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯄꯨꯔꯒ ꯂꯩꯖꯔꯝꯕ ꯉꯥꯛꯇꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯏꯃꯨꯡ ꯃꯅꯨꯡꯗꯒꯤ ꯑꯋꯥꯕꯁꯤꯡꯗꯣ ꯎꯕꯤꯔꯒ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯒꯚꯔꯅꯔꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯒꯚꯔꯟꯃꯦꯟꯠ ꯁꯥꯏꯠꯇꯒꯤ ꯑꯊꯨꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗꯁꯨ ꯄꯤꯊꯣꯛꯄꯤꯌꯨ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯂꯣꯏꯅꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯣꯛꯇꯅ ꯂꯩꯔꯛꯏꯕ ꯀꯦꯟꯁꯦꯜ ꯇꯧꯔꯒ ꯁꯨꯝ ꯅꯧꯅ ꯏꯟꯇꯔꯚ꯭ꯌꯨ ꯇꯧꯔꯒ ꯂꯥꯛꯏꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯏꯟꯇꯔꯚ꯭ꯌꯨꯁꯦ 2022ꯒꯤ ꯑꯔꯣꯏꯕ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯄꯥꯡꯊꯣꯛꯈꯤꯕ ꯄꯣꯁꯥꯟ ꯑꯃꯁꯨꯡ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ PMJAYꯒꯤ ꯏꯟꯇꯔꯚ꯭ꯌꯨ ꯑꯅꯤꯁꯦ ꯑꯊꯨꯕꯗ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯣꯛꯄꯤꯌꯨ ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯃꯦꯗꯤꯌꯥꯒꯤ ꯊꯣꯡꯗ ꯐꯣꯡꯗꯣꯛꯆꯔꯤ
Over 650 cadres from various proscribed militant outfits have been arrested and approximately 3,134 weapons of different types have been recovered since Manipur was placed under President's rule, PR, officials reported on Monday. The Manipur Legislative Assembly has been placed under suspended animation since the imposition of President's rule on February 13, 2025. The central government has extended President rule in Manipur until February 13, 2026, owing to the prevailing law and order situation in this volatile border state, officials said. In the first 6 months of the President rule, security forces including Manipur Police, Central Armed Police Forces CAPFS, Assam Rifles, ITBB and the Indian Army arrested approximately 665 cadres belonging to 25 band outfits and recovered 3,134 weapons from them. Officials reported that 2,035 weapons were recovered from valley-based underground groups and 1,099 from hill-based insurgents. Of the 665 insurgents arrested, only 19 belong to hill-based groups, including UKLF-2, UKNA-5, KNF President 4, UKRA-2, CKMA-4, ZUF-1, and MNRF-1. The remaining were associated with valley-based outfits such as KCP Taibanganba, age 27, KCP Nganba 2, KCP Nayon, age 45, KCP Of the 665 insurgents arrested, only 19 belong to hill-based groups, including UKLF-2, UKNA-5, KNF President 4, UKRA-2, CKMA, ZUF, and MNRF. The remaining were associated with valley-based outfits such as KCP Taibanganba 27, KCP Nganba 2, KCP Nayon 46, KCP PWG 206, KCP City Mate 22, KCP MC 12, KCP Nongdren Komba 13, KCP MFL 29, KPF PLA 57, Prepark Pro 61, Prepark 24, UPPK 19, Prepark Red Army 1, Kwereng led UNLF 15, Bombay led UNLF 31, KYKL 38, Sorepa 10, and NRFM 15. The hill-based underground groups are fighting for a separate state to be carved out of Manipur, while the valley-based group seeks a sovereign nation. Officials added that the arrests were made on charges related to various anti-social activities at the vulnerable locations across the state. Bong, a Manipuri language film backed by actor-filmmaker Farhan Akhtar, has been selected as a spotlight film at the Indian Film Festival of Melbourne IFFM 2025. The film will have its Victorian state premiere in Australia later this month. Produced by Farhan Akhtar and Ritesh Sidwani's Excel Entertainment, Bong marks the directorial debut of Lakshmi Priya Devi, who previously served as the first assistant director on acclaimed films such as Luck by Chance, Talash, and Amir Khan's PK. Set amid the scenic landscapes of Manipur Valley, Bong follows the hard journey of a young boy. Bong, played by Gugan Kipkan, as he sets out to reunite his family. Hoping to surprise his mother Bala Hijam with the return of his long-absent father, Bong embarks on a quest brimming with innocence, only to encounter life-changing revelations along the way. The film has been making waves on the international festival circuit. It won Best Feature Film at the International South Asian Film Festival in Canada, Best Youthful Film at the Asia Pacific Screen Awards in Australia, and the Audience Choice Award for Best Narrative Feature at the Indie Mimi Film Festival in the US. Director Lakshmi Priya Devi has also been celebrated individually, winning Best Directors at the Bulbul Children's International Film Festival in Goa. Critics have praised her ability to craft emotionally resonant stories with cross-cultural appeal, commanding her reputation as one of India's most promising emerging filmmakers. Stay with us, we'll be right back after a very short break.
Lakadoriba August ki tang taragataru 2025 ayuki pung mapan taba matamda MSFDS ki auditorium da EMA Trust na sponsor amadi sponsor singi oiba interaction program ama pangthok sagadori
Chatkiba chahi 2023 May the Tokiba Tokanindaba Irang Maram Orega Maraiba Tiraba Icha Singu Mahi Masing Tamnaba sponsor Torikliba Ichilirao Sing Miam Singu Unanabi Torum
Program asibu mai pak na basen dada iresa khuding mak na support to biyo amadi mateng pang biyo haiduna pauzin jari
Laibang miyam na matam sana lengbirak tuna thorom masi mapung phaba thorom ama oi minasi loina na hariba thorom masai sida matam sana lengbirak tuna khoida sponsor tawbirak liba amadi sponsor sing koi puna sakhang mina duna amana ama mateng pana duna pun hingmina kisi lemina kisi
Yai Faraba Numida Sida, Irecha Mayamna, EMA Trust support of you Haiduna, Mayamda, Kurumjari. Thank you.
Soikiva Kongtang Amada, Syrian Sama share Tomina Kibana, Hepatitis B, Medisi, Changluk Hyperlate. Make us your by Yetum Syrian share Tomina Badagi, Lena Asisandui, Aduga, Loina Loinana, B. Amasung C. Lena Asiga, Sagona Hingliba Miosinga, Hatin Narubadagi, Amasung, Mamadagi Machada Sandui. Ayambana, Layong asi liver dagi fudor triba fauba Kangbangam.
Report ki matungina hepatitis C positive oire. Adubu Hazana lying abadi tha, ahum dagina tha taru paubi manunda. Irai laina fahan bangam laban.
Oh, treatment di funny haba.
Hoi, adubu laina asinga thokna bagi hauzu paubi in a vaccine chingba adu laitri. Lying duna faraba mioi sing da su hepatitis C asigi immunity laitaba maramna karinguba matungda adomna yetum syringe share tominarabadi amuk hana narakani.
Adumoinamak, IDU singna hepatitis B digi ngakthoknaba vaccine asi kapthokpigadabani amasung yetum syringe share toroidabani.
Jahini Fuhena, Babina, Haibamaming Asina, Anala Yengilamda, Tazaba, Quality Labor Madi, Jackson Honabagi Kudam, Oiduna Lakli.
Diagnostic Tagi Horaga, Multi Speciality Hospital Amadi, Cancer Care Faubada, Babina Mangzil Taduna Lakli.
Haujigamuk, Makhatana Changsilatuna, Miami Mafam the Kudol Tamjari, Babina Institute of Nursing, Manipur Nursing Council Nasu, recognized Tauraba.
Matam Gachunarba Classroom, Advanced Left Sing Lasery.
Babina Multi Speciality Hospital Amadi, AOI Babina Specialty Hospital da, Clinical Training Fangbiu.
Expert Faculty, Nupam Sumupi Tokhaiba Hostel, Sel Yamna Chandana.
Babina Hospital Amadi Kongo Institute Sing the Tabak Tawagi Kudum Jaba Supizari.
Hauzik Admission Hosere, Suknatagi Sydney Pukaktani, Ahan Balakbada, Kudum Saba Pijagani.
Babina Institute of Nursing, Nurturing Care, Inspiring Growth.
Saziwa Zel Road, Kabay Soy, Imphal East.
Lakadoriba August ki tang taragataru 2025 ayuki pung mapan taba matamda MSFDS ki auditorium da EMA Trust na sponsor amadi sponsor singi oiba interaction program ama pangthok sagadori
Chatkiba chahi 2023 May the Tokiba Tokanindaba Irang Maram Orega Maraiba Tiraba Icha Singu Mahi Masing Tamnaba sponsor Torikliba Ichilirao Sing Miam Singu Unanabi Torum
Program asibu mai pak na basen dada iresa khuding mak na support to biyo amadi mateng pang biyo haiduna pauzin jari
Laibang miyam na matam sana lengbirak tuna thorom masi mapung phaba thorom ama oi minasi loina na hariba thorom masai sida matam sana lengbirak tuna khoida sponsor tawbirak liba amadi sponsor sing koi puna sakhang mina duna amana ama mateng pana duna pun hingmina kisi lemina kisi
Yai Faraba Numida Sida, Irecha Mayamna, EMA Trust support of you Haiduna, Mayamda, Kurumjari. Thank you.
Welcome back from the break. Our next top stories begins with National General Secretary of RPI Atwale and President of RPI Atwale Manipur Maheshwar Thongnojam today submitted a memorandum to the Union Minister of State Ramdas Atwale in connection with the non-release of PMJAY fund for Manipur. The memorandum mentioned that as severely impacted the state's economy, leading to decline in revenue, increased inflation, and disruptions of livelihood. The informal economy, which is the significant part of Manipur's economy, has been severely impacted, leading to the prolonged period of instability and economic decline in Manipur. In such deteriorated situations in Manipur, private hospitals were suspended, PMJAY services due to delays and reimbursement of claims and non-payment of dues under the PMJAY schemes, and all private health institutes in Manipur affiliated with the Association of Healthcare Providers of India AHPI Manipur chapter will also be temporarily suspending the benefits under the scheme very soon. During the suspension period, all treatments and services will be chargeable at standard institutional rates until all pending dues are cleared by the concerned government. PMJAY Best Health Assurance Scheme in Manipur, aiming to provide health coverage of Rs 5 lakh per family per year for secondary, tertiary care hospitalization. But beneficiaries of the PMJAY scheme in Manipur won't be able to avail the scheme's benefits at private hospitals from August 16 unless the concerned government clears the long pending dues under the health program. Hundreds of patients have expressed their helplessness over the situations and have urged the government to intervene and end the impasse if the PMJAY benefit is stopped. The general people will be in big trouble. It is therefore he requested for favor of the concerned Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India, for immediate disbursement of the pending PMJAY amounts payable to private hospitals in Manipur to enable them to continue providing uninterrupted services under PMJAY schemes in the state of Manipur. In an effort to promote mental well-being among students, the National Mental Health Program, TIL Manas Manipur, in collaborations with the College Development Council, the Youth Network organized a mental health awareness counseling program for colleges under Manipur University. The event was held with the objective of creating awareness about mental health, addressing stigma, and encouraging early help-seeking behaviors among young people. The program was created by Dr. EMA Sabir, psychiatrist, and Dr. Nodal Officer, District Mental Health Program, as the chief guest, and Dr. S. Ranjit Singh, principal of Oriental College, as the president. The resource persons for the day were Dr. Krishma Yumnam, clinical psychologist, Delhi Manas Manipur, Vidyalakshmi Devi, Councillor YL, and counseling sessions were facilitated by Garam Sangjita Devi, psychiatric nurse, State Tel Manas Cell, and Lintoy Devi, Councillor, State Tele Manas Cell. The program began with an insightful address by Dr. M.A. Sabir, who delivered an overview of mental health and some common mental health disorders, highlighting the importance of early interventions, support systems, and access to professional help. This was followed by an engaging and interactive sessions led by Dr. Karishma Yumnam, where students actively participated and discussed their concerns.
Equity mind say shape the education has. As Aristotle na high, education is a process of shaping a sound mind in a sound body. So not just body, sound mind. So shape the now the awareness parts of mental health ki batang. As mental health awareness only had a mental health and wrong.
The Rajya Sabha on Monday returned the Manipur Appropriation Bill 2025 and the Manipur Goods and Services Tax Amendment Bill 2025 amid opposition protests over the Special Intensive Revision SIR issue. A brief debate on the bills was also held. The Manipur Appropriation Bill authorities payment and appropriation of certain sums out of the Consolidated Fund of the State of Manipur for services of the financial year 2025 to 2026. The Manipur Goods and Services Tax Amendment Bill 2025, which seeks to implement the decision approved by the GST Council, will replace the Manipur Goods and Services Tax Amendment Ordinance 2025. Opposition Member of Parliament who took out a march to Election Commission's headquarters on Monday but were stopped midway and detained, reached the upper house as the debate on the bill was being undertaken. Opposition Member of Parliament wanted leaders of opposition Mallikarjun Kharge to be allowed to speak, and they raised a slogan against the ongoing SIR exercise in Bihar. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman slammed the opposition for opposing the Manipur budget. She said while the opposition speaks about Manipur when its budget and GST bills are being taken up, they are not just protesting on some other issues but also voting against it. Opposition MPs, many of whom were in the well of the House, were heard saying no as voting on the bill was going on. The two bills, which were both Monday bills, were returned to the Lok Sabha through voice vote. The Assam police arrested an individual in connection with the alleged rape and murder of an 8-year-old girl at a small tea garden in Assam's Dibrugarh district. The incident happened at Kachari Pathar in Namro police station area on August 9 when she was out to collect firewood, police said. The accused was fishing nearby when he saw a girl alone. He allegedly raped and killed her, most likely by smothering, an officer said. The accused then concealed the body in a train, covering it with a hay and grass, he said. When the girl did not return home, her parents, along with neighbors, began searching for her. They also informed the police. The body was found at around 8:40 p.m. He added, locals caught the accused when he tried to flee from the scene and handed him over to the police. The accused had killed his mother and served 14 years in jail for it, being released 3 years ago, police said. He is in our custody. A case has been registered under the BOCSO Act and other relevant sections of BNS, Namrup DSP Prasanjit Das said. A new study has revealed that the drug use among children in Meghalaya can begin as early as 10-year-old, much younger than the average initiation age of 22 in the rest of the country, and earlier than in neighboring states like Manipur and Assam. The qualitative study, published in April to June 2025 edition of the Indian Journal of Public Health, was conducted by the researchers from the Indian Institute of Public Health, Shillong, and Meghalaya AIDS Control Society. It surveyed 128 people enrolled in the opioid substitution therapy across East Khasi Hills, West Jainta Hills, and East Jainta Hills, along with 17 services providers. The research found the average age of drug initiation to be 19 years, with over 1/3 of respondents starting as minors and more than a quarter still in school. More than 91% of the users were male, 80% work in the unorganized sector, and over half had less than 10 years of schooling. Curiosity, family problems, peer pressures, and stress relief were identified as the main reason for trying drugs. Heroin emerged as the most frequently injected drugs, with daily spending ranging from 500 to rupees 200, and in some cases up to 2,500. Respondents cited easy availability through easy markets and mobile-based transactions. The study noted that early initiation increases the risk of long-term addiction and undermines the traditional community support system. It also found that some users transition from marijuana or painkillers to heroin, with potent variants such as black tiger and double tiger becoming increasingly common. Researchers called for the urgent outreach in schools and community spaces to prevent early drug initiations and address their rising trend. Congress leader Pawan Kira on Sunday accused the BJP-led center of not being able to curb terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir and instead indulging in jugglery of words, participating in a chain hunger strike called by the Pradesh Congress Committee to demand Jammu and Kashmir statehood restorations. Kira was replying to a question on the ongoing anti-terror operations in Kulgam. In 2016, we were promised that the terrorism will end after demonetizations. Do not go by their promises. They do not know how to run the government. They only know the jugglery of words, Kira told reporters here. There will be a new drama every day to divert our land your attention. The reality is that the PM is neither able to run the government now nor will be able to in future, Kira told reporters. The Ministry of External Affairs (MEA) has strongly condemned remarks reportedly made by the Pakistan's Chief of Army Staff during his visit to the United States, calling them as example of nuclear rattling. A tactic India says has long been part of Pakistan's approach. In an official statement on Monday, the MEA said the comments reflected irresponsibility and reinforced global concerns over Pakistan's nuclear command and control, particularly in a state where the military enhanced enclave with terrorist groups. The ministry also expressed regret that such remarks were made from the soil of the friendly third country, implicitly referring to the United States. Reaffirming India's stance, the MEA declared that the country will not give aid to nuclear blackmail and will continue to take all steps necessary to safeguard our national security. The statement is the latest in a series of sharp exchanges between New Delhi and Islamabad over nuclear posturing, with India urging the international community to take note of Pakistan's rhetoric and implications for regional stability. There is no reason permission shall be denied for a march featuring members of parliament and dignitaries from all walks of life, Congress MP Gaurav Gogoi said on Monday, as India bloc MPs held a protest against the Election Commission over the ongoing Special Intensive Revision (SIR) of electoral rolls in poll-bound Bihar and allegations of voters' fraud during the 2025 Lok Sabha elections. Gogoi told ANI, the Election Commission needs to come out with clear answers. They listened but never came out with clear answers. Issue right now, while speaking to political parties, needs to state the facts to the public. Most members of parliament's dignitaries from all walks of life, there is no reason why permission for a march to EC should be denied. In fact, they should give security. Delhi police were seen stopping the MPs who were raising slogans of vote chore as they marched towards the office of the poll body at Nirvachan Sadan. The protest march began from the Magdar Dwar of the parliament under the leadership of Lok Sabha leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi. The MPs began their march to urge the AC to address their concerns on the alleged voter theft. The Metropolitan Police said it made 474 arrests during the UK's largest protest in support of Palestine actions, which was recently banned by the government, making it a criminal offence to show any backing for the group, while 466 of those arrested during the demonstration in London on Saturday were detained under the UK's Terrorism Act for showing support for the proscribed group. 8 others were held for other offences, including assaulting police officers. Many of those arrested while displaying placards expressing support for the Palestine actions. The Metropolitan Police, the country's largest police force, said it marked the most arrests made in a single operation in a decade. Our role in the context of protests remains, as it always has been, to police without a fear or favor to enforce the law, to keep the peace by ensuring groups with opposing views do not come together, and to prevent serious disorders and serious disruptions to ordinary people going about their lives, said Deputy Assistant Commissioner Ade Adili Khan, who led the policing operations. At least 26 Palestinians were killed while seeking aid in the Gaza Strip hospitals, and witnesses said, as families of Israeli hostages called for a general strike to protest Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's plans to expand military operations in the territory. Netanyahu is scheduled to give a press conference for foreign and local media later Sunday amid international and condemnations of his plans. His address will come just before the United Nations Security Council holds an emergency meeting on Israel's plan to take control of Gaza City. Hospital officials said they received bodies from areas where Palestinians were seeking aid, either along food convoy routes or near privately run aid distribution points across Gaza. The deaths include 10 who were killed while waiting for aid trucks close to the newly built Morag corridor, which separates the southern cities of Rafah and Khan Yunis, said Nisar Hospital. A further 6 people were killed while waiting for aid in northern Gaza near the Zigim crossing, according to the Gaza Health Ministry, and the Shifa Hospital in Gaza City, which received the casualties. For ELITETV News channel, please contact at email address info@elitetv.in or 94028909882, and subscribe to ELITETV YouTube channel or follow on Facebook page, Instagram and X for more information about the channel. Before we wind up, a very quick recap of the headlines once again. Outlawed organizations Corcom and Soripa boycotts India's Independence Day falls on 15 August, calls general strike on the state. Insurgents scatters juvenile health in Manipur, arms ammunition seized in security operations. Over 650 militants arrested, 3,134 weapons recovered under President's rule in Manipur. Rajya Sabha returns Manipur budget GST bill. Farhan Akhtar backed Manipuri film Bone shines at Melbourne Festival. And minor Assam girl raped and murdered at the Bugatti Garden. This is all we have in this edition of Bulletin. For more updates like this, please keep watching.